my friend said, you know what, I am on government assistance. I've been through a divorce. I'm getting no child support. I have 6 kids to raise, and I need toilet paper. And so my immediate response is, well, then go buy toilet paper with that card that you get. And then she told me it's not covered. It was really embarrassing. I was standing in the grocery store line, and everybody was standing behind me, and my kids were there, and they started taking everything out of my cart that my kids and I needed to get clean. She said she was absolutely terrified because she had nowhere else to turn. She was embarrassed, she was ashamed, and I thought, wow, I've never been in that position in my life.
I remember trying to get toilet paper, and we had times where we had to use clothes that were dirty. That makes you feel so low, you know, when you can't even wipe and be clean. You know, having to wet clothes, dirty clothes, and wipe my kids off. That made me feel like a crappy person, like a crappy mom. And my kids, I felt like they weren't clean, and that wasn't fair to them. Like it hits you on so many different levels, you know, and it seems like it's something that's so simple and you can't do it. You know, that just, it takes so much out of you, and the stress itself makes you not be able to be the parent that you want to be because you feel like you're unworthy. You know, I can't teach my kids how to go through life with their head up high if my head's down low. So it really goes deeper than just taking care of a need.
I had a kid that was on the football team, and because he was so good athletically, well, a lot of the other stuff was being missed till we started talking, and I found out that he was basically homeless.
A lot of veterans have had bad experiences with organizations, with the VA. Being able to say that, hey, somebody's doing something for me, they're starting experiencing some things that they've never seen before.
The majority of our time, we're going to people's houses because they're having an issue. But in the course of that time that you're at their house, if you can just look around and assess and see what's going on, and like, I've broken up so many fights in homes by walking out to my car, telling my partner, I'll be right back. And say, hey, bringing in some basics. For the police department, we needed this.
We started giving the basics specifically to get hygiene products in the hands of people in a trackable way. So we can consistently provide the basics to people, things that are not covered, things that they cannot buy, they cannot get unless they're easily and readily accessible to them. We're Kansas City's hygiene hub. The goal is to help people get clean so they can get a job and then buy their own hygiene products to break the cycle. It may take a month or two, we know that, for people to feel better about themselves so that they can then want to go out and get a job, and that's okay, it takes a while. Once they do and they're free from that, I don't think that they're gonna wanna go back into a place where they weren't able to feel good about themselves. So we started with a pantry program so that we fulfill for the local pantries, food shelters, churches, other community centers that need the basics. We have another program, and that is the school program. So we are in all the school nurses' offices in the KC metro area.
A 4th grader this year came to me, and she had tears in her eyes. She said, thank you so much for the stuff that you put in my bag. It means so much. And it was some shampoo and some toothbrushes. But it means something to these kids, that they don't look different, they don't smell different.
Students that don't know about giving the basics find out through other students, and they find a peer that's having a problem, and they immediately tell them, hey, I know how we can solve that.
Some kids, they walk up in our school and they feel less than. I don't want them to feel ashamed or want them to get talked about, so I just tell them to come down here, you know, and get themselves right. You know, I could come down here and get myself ready to, you know, go back to class and be confident with myself and get my work done and not be worried about what everybody else is telling me.
This program actually is able to help me provide my children a clean way of life. They don't get made fun of at school for being smelly because mom can't buy them body wash or deodorant or laundry soap just because my paycheck runs out. It means a lot for my children to be able to come to school and just focus on school-related issues instead of having to be bullied because of what mom can't provide for them.
And the senior program has two facets to it. The first part of the senior program is we're providing incontinence products to the homebound seniors.
If they didn't have the incontinence supplies prior to this program, or they weren't receiving them from us, you know, sometimes they would be buying them, but maybe not as many as they need, or maybe sacrificing other things like food, transportation to doctor's appointments, their medicine, not filling their prescriptions. So they kind of had to weigh those things. But also some people were just going without them. And so they'd, you know, be changing their clothes multiple times a day, and it'd just be a lot of work. Or, you know, in really sad cases, you know, they would just sit there and be unclean, and it would be really tough for them, you know, maybe to even take a bath or a shower. So by providing just this one thing, that opens up a whole new, you know, level of life to them, I guess.
It means a lot because it helps to keep my body clean. It lets me know that people care. And I thank God for all what He has blessed me with. I appreciate it, and I give all my thanks to you all, and I give all my thanks to the Lord.
The other part of the senior program is really exciting. We started a program in the senior centers where the seniors can help package, and they are so proud that they're helping in the community because they're not done. They're just not mobile. A lot of people have an opinion about adults that have a need. They do find out quickly, but they didn't realize originally that an adult that doesn't have access to hygiene products isn't going to succeed. If we continue to do nothing, how will that help them change?